Hello YouTube. Well, I came home Saturday evening after work, and well, I was thinking there would be a nice package sitting on my doorstep from pipesandcigars.com that I ordered, but the post office decided that its estimate of delivery was not spot on, and well, ended up with nothing for the weekend. So have to wait till tomorrow, which means if you can't tell that I've decided I need to find a different vice for Sunday night. That's right, Sunday night vices, nothing like it. Now, if you can't tell from the look here, this is Ezra Brooks bourbon whiskey. Bourbon whiskey is one of my favorite hard drinks, and Ezra Brooks is one of my favorite of that bunch. Now, it's not because it's the best bourbon you can buy. It doesn't do that, and it doesn't make probably any claims to be that. But I don't think it does. Let's see. Well, the closest it comes to that is says that it's the bourbon for those with a rugged spirit and taste for adventure. Now, I can attest to that because I have both a rugged spirit and a taste for adventure, and I tend to really like this stuff. But the main reason that this is really high up on my list is because it is so cheap. I got this whole bottle, 90 proof whiskey, mind you, for 11 bucks. 11 bucks is nothing in alcohol terms. But for the price, this is very hard to beat. I'll tell you a little bit about the taste of it, the flavor profile. Notice proper whiskey drinking etiquette here. Extend the pinky. Very important. Keeps you from straining the wrist, and also it imparts a certain flavor. No, I'm just kidding. That's just some stupid thing my body does whenever I drink. I don't know. So, what this really has in spades is pure bourbon flavor. If you've ever had Maker's Mark, well, this is pretty damn close to it, and half the price. So, next time you're in a supermarket, especially if you live in the southern Ohio, Kentucky, bourbon country kind of area, look for it. Ezra Brooks, Black Label, good stuff. Don't be confused by this little mark on the side. It says 7 generations. It doesn't say 7 years. It's not a 7-year age. It doesn't have an age. Minimum is 3 years, I think, 3 or 4 years. So it's at least that old, but your guess is as good as mine beyond that. Anyway, really good. Maybe not what some would call a sipping bourbon, but I could sip it. What it's really good for, though, is mixed drinks, Throw it in some Coke, you got a drink right there. Nice bourbon and Coke. But what I'm going to make tonight is one of my favorite whiskey drinks, and that is a whiskey sour. That takes a few simple ingredients. Bourbon, of course, some lime juice or lemon juice, simple syrup, which is simply equal parts sugar and water, and a glass with some ice in it. That's really all you need for a whiskey sour. Okay, now there's an easy way and a hard way to make a whiskey sour. Now the easy way, well, let me tell you about the hard way first. The hard way is where a professional bartender or mixologist, as I think they're called, they say, okay, now you need to take 14 milliliters of bourbon, 20 milliliters of lime juice, 20 milliliters of the simple syrup, and you need exactly 4 cubes of square ice, chilled to a temperature of 25 degrees Fahrenheit. But I'm not going to tell you how to do that because, well, it's wasted on a drink like this. Well, maybe. I mean, you can go to your high-end bartender if you want, but if I'm just sitting at home on a Sunday night, I'm going to just whip this together. So, let's say we want some bourbon. Let's see, we'll fill it up till it looks nice. Well, that's how much bourbon I want tonight. Whatever. Now, gotta add the sours. So, fill it up to about there. You know, take it till it looks right. Make sure your sugar and your water are completely mixed, all the sugar's dissolved. That'll make your life a lot better and will make a lot more consistent. I mean, I think that's the most important part, really. You know, give her some simple syrup. Stir her all together. Now, this is how you tell if you've done it right. That tastes fantastic. So, you can kind of go with parts. I filled her up about, if we go with parts, we'll say 1 part whiskey. We'll say about 1/2 to 1 part sours. And then about 1/2 part of simple syrup. That gives a delightfully tangy, sour, alcoholic, wonderful whiskey sour. Well, hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good morning whenever this finds you. Hopefully I have a nice little tobacco review, tobacco video, whatever, coming soon. Cheers.